Now, while the president is pushing for reform, one group here in Wisconsin is confronting big banks on the foreclosure issue. Joining me now from Common Ground is Mary Leach Sumlin, and joining him is Milwaukee Alderman Michael Murphy. Thank you for joining us this morning on this topic. Very important. Tell us a little.
Common Ground is a group of organizations, mostly churches, but it surpasses like age, sex, economic status, denomination, and they come together for the common goal or the common concern of the residents or the members of each organization.
And what is it that you're proposing for the banks?
Common Ground would like for the banks to come together for a meeting to help solve the problems that the foreclosure crisis has created.
Alderman, tell us a little bit about today's event that's taking place at 2 p.m.
Right, it's at 2 p.m. at Harley-Davidson Museum. You know, Common Ground really is a grassroots citizen-based organization who's been dedicated to trying to address the issues of the foreclosure crisis. In the city of Milwaukee, we have 5,000 vacant homes right now. We have for schedule in 2011, 6,346 pre-foreclosures. That's nearly 9% of our housing in our whole city, affecting nearly $2 billion of property value. We have so many people now who are now crowded in the living conditions, the problems that are associated with it, and we are working with the banks, trying to get them to the table to work cooperatively with us to address these issues.
What kind of progress have you made so far?
Well, you know, we had some fits and starts. We work with Deutsche Bank, a good example. They wouldn't even return the phone calls. And surprisingly, people don't realize Deutsche Bank has a great deal of foreclosed properties in the city of Milwaukee, a German bank. And unfortunately, it took Common Ground flying over to Germany, appearing at the shareholder meeting in Frankfurt, and embarrassing Deutsche Bank in front of their CEO, who then sent his representatives from the United States to the meeting with Deutsche and Common Ground. So now they're on the table agreeing to work on issues involving property maintenance and also trying to get homeowners who want to be able to stay in their homes and work out the financial transactions, working with the bank in a cooperative manner.
And some of those representatives will be there today?
They will be. You know, we have all the large banks, Bank of America, Chase, JP Morgan, Deutsche Bank, and I think it's a good sign that it wasn't government bringing them to the table and forcing them to the table, and I give credit to the banks that they're willing to meet and listen to people. They're not all heartless people. Many of them recognize that in order for their own balance book to do well, they're going to have to work with people in Common Ground to get the problem resolved.
Well, thank you both for joining us this morning. Again, that event is at 2 p.m. 12 News reached out to Wells Fargo between January of 2009 and August 31st of this year, and the bank says it has done over 500,000 modifications and millions in refinances to help customers with their home payments. In a written statement, they said, quote, "During the past several months, we have had ongoing discussions with Common Ground and similar groups in Wisconsin to better understand our efforts to assist customers in neighborhoods impacted by foreclosure. And we look forward to continuing that dialogue in the future. Foreclosure continues to be an option of last resort." Common Ground has reached out to the state candidates for U.S. Senate to discuss the foreclosure crisis. Group organizers say Democrat Russ Feingold has agreed, while Republican Ron Johnson stated he was uncertain. Both candidates weighed in on the federal housing policy and its role in the economic recovery during the Upfront Town Hall Challenge.